Hello, everybody, and welcome to Dapple Production. I am Genie7, joined by Soph. How are you doing today?
I'm great, Genie. I'm excited to be making the premiere here on Dapple, especially for this great LUTI match coming up. Division 1, anybody who's been really watching this, I'm a new face, so help me out here, Genie. What are we expecting out of Mango and Ozone today? I know it's Division 1. I understand how LUTI works, but how good is this match going to be? Sell me on this match.
On this one, I feel like it's going to be a really tight match. The latter half of the game, when we get closer to the game 7s and the game 8s, I feel like one team can really start walking away with it. It depends on what team has a better compositional strategy. Well, I'm looking at that Clam, Blitz, Tower Control, Rainmaker games on MakoMart, Scorch, and Eeltail. Those ones will really be able to swing this set hard. So if you don't have a strong start in this first half of this LUTI set, that's one thing about LUTI. Because it's best of 9, even if you drop 2 in a row, you are far, far, far from out of it.
Yeah, this really does feel like quite a test of endurance in a lot of ways, and I think that's a great show for both of these teams. Considering we were kind of looking at Stormbreak and how these teams both did, Mango, kind of just dropped out as they broke out of pools. I don't know what really happened. We never really saw it, but Ozone did fairly well. So they kind of understand, if nothing else, how to play these longer games, how to play those 9 sets, how to play these multi matches, and that's definitely going to go on as your mental changes, right? And especially considering it starts on Splat zones, which everybody loves, and then it goes to Clam Blitz, like a lot of people. That's a divisive one. So I'm very interested to see, as we get towards, like you said, get 6, 7, and 8, what really these teams dig into.
Yeah, another big key piece is in our first 4 maps. We have Brinewater as map 4, and we have Flounder as our first opening game.
Yeah,
those are the 2 newest maps to the game. Brinewater, completely brand new. Flounder was in S1. It did have Splat zones. I can say that Hek Mek has a roller player, and Flounder is really good for roller. So I really want to see what the strategy is. Are they going to go with some S1 strategies? Do they have new strategies for this map? I haven't seen enough gameplay on Flounder in this game to really feel, besides just burst bomb, machine, splash, crab.
Yeah,
but that's just a comfort. I feel like that's just a comfort.
That's comfort. Yeah,
I feel like that's just comfort.
That's just meta. That's just playing the meta and knowing what is good right now, and let's just run. Let's good. If you've ever been watching and you've been around Twitter, you've seen the triple splash with a machine comp floating around. But I don't think that's going to be here. And you can see it. They're bringing a sloshing machine. We see the Splatana Stamper. This is a good variety, and I think it can work in their favor given the height varieties and kind of the different levels you have to be able to play at. I think they do stand a little bit of an advantage on Ozone.
Ozone's comp is completely off meta. It's beautiful to see, as we do see both 2 members of Ozone falling there underneath the zone. That Splatana Stamper, a weapon that has been getting a little bit more usage due to the fact that Crab has been extremely good.
Oh yeah. I mean, let's just talk about Object Shredder on Crab. Let's talk about you can play it at their range. It's easy to say, let's just deal with crabs, but it's not, and they will get that first control, so Hek Mek will be a bit of a tough, and even still, that sloshing machine, and you can just see it. He's just yeeting the ink as far as he can. Really just able to take control of that space and keep control of it, but there needs to be a push. No ultimates up for the side of Ozone, so they really need to build something, but that first pick is no good.
It's so difficult. There's no way in. This map is high ground. It's so defensive. It's so beautiful for the defense. There's no way in for the attackers unless they have clean use of special. They get one, but before falling to the burst bombs, there's no time on the clock for Ozone to get in.
No, I mean, they have to make an aggressive push now, but they're still so far back. They're basically at spawn at this point. And like you said, there's that triple ink strike just to kind of clear some space. There's just no one to there. They will finally break it, but they don't have control yet here, Genie.
Ooh, the Splash is going to get 2 there on the zone of Ozone. There's no way for the Slosher to really get in. They're just the last one alive. Can they get the splats that they need? They get 2. That's huge, but they will fall. The Dapples are going to come in onto the zone of Ozone. They need to get this neutralized.
No,
they need to get
the tap.
It's still neutralized. There's a way in for them. They need to get their special up right here, right now. Get some good splats.
But no, the reinforcements are there. They still need to get it. They get control of that mid one. It's back. The Booyah Bomb comes in and clears it, and that'll tick out the time, Genie. That's it. A dominant look from Hek Mek there. Yeah, a great adaptation of this meta. That was a very clean set.
Triple burst bomb machine. That's what the comp that Mango Hek Mek was running. The defensive posture. As soon as you win the first fight on this map, it feels next to impossible at times
There's really no way in unless you have something that plays equally at range. Like you kind of just have to have something from your backline step forward and really get value. But the picks never really came. That was kind of it. Like you said, they were just in a position. They always had the high ground, and there was never really a space to contest it. So round one will go the way of Hek Mek. So I mean, ancient history now. On to two. It's Clam Blitz, one of the most divisive, and especially on. Oh good. We're going to Mahi. Let's just throw all the divisive things here into this game too.
Yeah, let's just get all the funky and interesting maps out of the way. Like we've got like Mako in the later half. I know Scorch. Scorch gets some good reviews at times. Inkblot Art Academy in our last half. Looks like a good last half of the maps. Great last half. The first half, oh my gosh, two brand new maps, and then Mahi on the poll that we did run here on Dapple after 20XX. Mahi clams was the favorite mode of Mahi, which is why you see Mahi clams more often than you see anything else Mahi. Yeah, but it was still extremely downvoted overall. Yeah,
I mean, let's be real. Of all the things that you could have put to combinations to make this the best, this is the best it could. At least you have some way to approach, you have some means to get in and really put some pressure in, and a couple different angles if you feel like you need to take a side path and your pathing needs to change. But yeah, like this is arguably this whole package is something that most players would rather just avoid. So hopefully you did scrim this, because this is going to be a tough map if you don't have your set plays right. This tends to fall down to a lot of big bubbler entries and setups that way. So I'm really looking for both these teams to have their set plays kind of going into this and really working together as a unit to get in and get position for scores.
This map on Clam, it's the tale of two halves. Are the teams going to act? I feel like the teams will always lower the water if they want to. But great adaptation from Ozone. I think they had to go over to a more standard comp. I like the swap up on Flounder because it's a new map, but you kind of have to play crab against crab. There's no other way to play it.
Yeah, there's just kind of a necessity right now. You can't really bring in anything else, and there are answers, but they're so hard to make work. You really need a strong backline E-leader player to make something like that work, but it's just easy to play the crabs. Yeah,
it's still crab. You still have a crab at the end.
It's just crab. Yeah, it's still just going to be crabs.
Both teams losing members out on either side. The crabs are going to be fading from Hek Mek. Ozone, they're going in. They've got the 2-up advantage. Power Climb being thrown up. It will be into the basket. Great play. Coordination to throw that Power Climb into the Booyah Bomb user. And they have another one all the way down to 57. All the way keeping going down. Below 50, the water level will be dropping for Ozone. Great. They have more crabs coming out. More clams at the ready. All the way down to 30. This is an amazing play.
Wow. That's a great set. Yeah, that's the team play we were looking for, right? We wanted to see that. That was a great setup. They were able to get in, buy space with the crab, and then just get a teammate into position to score on that. So the barrier's up, and there's a lot of the ways to go. That Booyah Bomb will come out and buy some space. But again, the specials just continue to build, and right now Ozone has been able to build them a little bit faster and get more value. The crabs are there, but nothing really to counter it. So just going to buy that space, and we're really looking for Hek Mek to trying to fight back and get a little more space of their own. Just slurking their sharking their way through everything, trying to buy that clam, but nothing to be had. And there's one open for the side of Ozone too.
Yeah, smart jump out, saving that crab. But I'm a little bit worried because Ozone's opportunity to go in here is been set. They've got the front door is completely wide open. They have a Booyah Bomb at the ready, but the crab is out from both sides. Who's going to last longer? I believe it's going to be Hek Mek, but it gets Booyah Bomb. It gets really just taken out, but they're able to live. They're able to sustain. Ozone has fallen, and all of mid is in control of Hek Mek. What cost?
Yeah, the cost right now is still just nothing, but OF does buy their way in. I mean, they have the position now. They just need to take advantage of it. There's two with the Booyah Bomb coming in, and it's open. Now they just need to continue to throw the clams in and keep it moving. They need this to be as successful, and it looks like it's getting there, Genie.
It's getting there. It's getting there. Both teams are trading out. Hek Mek, they have members alive. They've got a crab going through. Can this one splash get any more clams in? No, they can't.
No. Oh, that's tragic.
They were so darn close, but this game is far from over.
No, yeah. I mean, the penalty will hurt a little bit, but there's still 2 minutes. There's still 2 minutes on the clock, and this is, all things considered, the best it's going to get in regards to how close it's going to be. Crab making space and buying that. I love this. I love this aggressive space taking, but I do fear that Hek Mek is being a little too passive because they're just going to get it right in without a question.
Yeah, But how are you supposed to approach a crab? What are you supposed to do? The clams are coming in from Ozone. How many more can they throw in? They've got some more, but they miss. Not quite able to. There's power clams coming in. Will it land? Will it go in the basket? And it will somehow, some way. The sliver of time still in the basket, and the game will be in favor of Ozone, tying up this best of 9 at 1.
I mean, you wanted to see games 6, 7, and 8, and I think we're getting it, Genie. I think this is the match we're looking for. But I was expecting this of these two powerhouses, right? Like we were talking about the pedigree that these guys had a little bit before as the match was starting, and both of these teams, you know, have shown that they can put in these work on these majors. We've seen them in past majors come up pretty big. So all those things considered, yeah, let's move on to tower control, where we're still probably not going to see too many changes. I do want to see actually a little bit more of that Stamper return. I do want to see a little bit more counterplay. I think that it worked for that first round. There's no reason not to bring it back and try to bring that in and try to continue that, because I think you need an answer with how dominant Ozone looked on that Clam Blitz.
Yeah, Hek Mek though, they had a good footing halfway through.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they couldn't dig themselves out of the hole that they'd gotten them in way too early on. It's the war of the crabs, and that's really what it comes down to. I'm wondering, because I know this is a long series, and these are really, in Division 1, teams often, their matches can be a lot closer due to the fact that their mid-set adaptations, they're used to mid-set adaptations in a best of 3. When you give them mid-set adaptations in a best of 9, you can see it happen 3 or, if not, 4 times.
Oh, yeah. This is the point where when you're playing these longer sets, you can kind of experiment a little, right? You can take a few more gambles. Like it's very possible we even saw that Splatana Slamper, which has been really good, like is a great adaptation. That could have just been a testing the waters, saying like, all right, do we need it? It worked for us. Do we need to continue it? Let's try and pull it back to something more stable and meta and see if we can win in the mirror, per se. And they've kind of seen that they really couldn't. So with that in mind, it's very possible we see the return of Stamper and we see the return of something to kind of fight that a little more, because most of this is going to be finding out what do you need to do to take the win and kind of throw a curveball into the matches. And that may be what makes the difference here. I say that, but it looks like it's just more of the same. There's the return of that Stamper, though. I do like that. And the Sniper. That's kind of the other thing I was hoping for, is maybe we'd see something a little bit more range. And I do like the ink back. It's very, given how passive Hek Mek is playing, I do like this versus the crabs here. I think this is a good pick.
The team coordination has to be out there and has to be perfect. That snipe already gets 1. Yep. Huge for Mango Hek Mek. Ozone on the back foot already. That's 3 down. This is going to be almost a wipeout. That was a delayed wipe. Huge opportunity for Mango Hek Mek to take away so much space and so much control.
And that's the thing, is I want to see them continue to take that. They will fall, but they bought so much space here, and that's what we wanted to see. They were playing very passive on Mahi, and now that they're moving, they've gotten already a lot of space there. The Inkback is up and ready for that, waiting, just looking for crabs at this point. But I do think that this is what they need to do, is play aggressively. Mare barely avoids that, but well done. They will eventually lose that space, gets out.
Yeah, that jump out. Unfortunately, on top of that grading, the machine doesn't have all that much mobility on that. Those are devastating shots to miss because of the opportunity that it's allowed Ozone to get back in. But they make up for it by getting that machine off of tower with a beautiful snipe as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's the important thing, right? Is using that backline, just keeping that backline protected, be able to hit those shots is going to be so important going into this. But Cart is rolling the other way, so they need to put up some sort of contest. They will have to commit a Booyah Bomb in to do so. They
want to stop this checkpoint, but it's going to be going on top right. Gets 2 machines down. That is
that's huge
for them. This will shut down the push. If you get down 2 members, this will be beautiful. And there's one more splash coming around. They have a crab at the ready. Do they want
to commit it?
They're going to commit it. Machine? Probably not a great idea. And they got shut down immediately.
Nah, Genie, they're going to want a refund on that. That was probably a bit of a mistake that they might be paying for later. So 2 ultimates up for the side of Hek Mek. So they'll be looking to try to get some value out of those and buy some space with them in the incoming fight here. Ooh.
Oh my gosh, my heart. I thought they were gone. I thought they fell off the map.
That's so close.
The Inkback is going to be ready. It's going to be used. It's going to eat the Booyah Bomb.
Ooh,
that
great.
Is beautiful play.
That's huge. Yeah.
It's going to be great, allowing them to come in. They get some trades. The jumps are in. There's just going to be a machine, and the wipeout comes through Ozone, taking the space that they want to now.
It's a shame that the adaptations that Hek Mek have been making, we're talking about it, haven't really paid off. You can see them getting value and making these good choices, but the tower has just fallen in the way of Ozone, and now that their space is taken, the Booyah Bomb is in, and that's just taking the rest of the space. It's just kind of in a rough spot for them as it'll continue to roll their way.
This map, though, is won and lost on second checkpoint. Neither team has gotten there. Neither team has gotten even a chance to get through it. Ozone, more chances on the board to go through. The Charger falls down, doesn't hit hit the shots, but they will be able to come up
out.
clutch with their team and get the wipeout. Now, look at the space that they're taking. Again, these teams know the name of the game.
Yeah, and they need to. They know they need to. They can't afford to sit back and try to play passively here. So with that in mind, they need to get their team into good positions. They need to buy the space. Inkback is ready. Oh, great shot from the tower. That's a huge pick to keep this rolling back in their way.
Yeah, after losing their Stamper as well in the beginning, it put them in such a dangerous position. Back will be coming out. They're trying to get back onto this tower. They have another crab. 2 members down of Ozone. Those are both machines. That is devastating. That's your biggest counter.
Oh, +1. Wow.
One more splash is just alive. But where are they? Are they flanking? Are they coming around? They're coming from the top ropes. And the Booyah Bomb has spotted them out.
No.
All the way down to the second checkpoint. Can they make it through it? Just 2, 1, and they've got all the way through it. Hek Mek, all the way down through the second checkpoint. The crab is out from Ozone, trying to shut them down. Both teams just battered and bruised. Who is left alive? Splashes in mid, trying to have a fight. This Splatana Stamper is in and gets the splat on them. Oh my gosh, Hek Mek.
Great retake there. Great retake. They needed to hold that there. So now Mango can just sit back and kind of play passively. Now they can play into that style we've seen them before. And they need to. They need to build up some ultimates and keep their space here because they just need to buy the time on the cart. Great pick. Great look from that. They do have that in. And there goes Spider-Man going hard. Looking in and trying to get deep. Any value to be had from it. It's taken the long way around. Nothing to be had. Booyah Bomb sent in too. They are willing to throw everything at this to keep them going, Genie.
It's so intimidating with the Zipcaster though.
Yeah.
It's like I kind of have to pay attention to this because it can, even though it's so far away, it can still hit me. And oh, the beautiful beam, the beam blade shots with that ink, so beautiful with that weapon. It's such an entertaining weapon to go through. Yeah. But this game is looking to be dangerous. The Inkvac is coming out.
Oh, huge.
They can knock it out here and now. There's no way you can get the tower with Inkvac.
Yeah.
Wow. What adaptations. The Charger pick coming in clutch throughout that game.
That was what we wanted, right? We wanted to see the adaptations come in and we wanted them to find the answer. And with a static moving point like that, that was a great adaptation. I don't think we'll see it in the next couple rounds, but I do think that Charger was a great pick. I think that all things considered, that was the thing they needed to do to keep them in that, and Hek Mek will enjoy that W briefly while they can. But I mean, it's game 4. Now we're on to Rainmaker last mode. I mean, you could still arguably keep that. It's a little bit tougher to force the Charger, but I do think you could bring in, if not the Charger, you could probably bring in something similar with Inkback on it.
I don't think you want to have at this level. I don't think you want to have Inkvac on Rainmaker. There are clips out there of me being protected by my Inkvac user who's protecting me and getting some sneaky knockouts at some lands, but I don't think you want to rock it out here, especially on Brinewater. Crab is so good here. The range, like having, I never think you should. Many people should say this, but bomb range up on your or sub power up on your burst bombs here. You can make your splash into an explosion with its burst bombs, which is devastating at how flat this map can go. It just feels like mid is like the neutral zone, and then you're just rushing to the enemy team's goal zone. And even though it's on a ramp, it's still just darn flat. It's really flat. Yeah,
the elevation really is something kind of difficult, right? We kind of saw this with Flounder Heights, though, right? With the importance of like having and controlling that high ground, so it really does make it tougher to push into. And yeah, you know, I agree with you. Like I said, like I don't know that you need it. I think it's a cute trick that can work if your opponent's not expecting it, but you kind of gave that card away. So it's probably just going to be back to the looking at the meta and probably just bringing in a couple more crabs, couple sloshers, like just kind of resetting it. I do think the Stamper adaptation has been successful, and I think that's something you probably do keep, though.
Zipcaster can actually be disgustingly useful on this map because of the giant walls. You can cause the teams so much distraction. Crabs coming up from the low ground, and then you have the Zipcasting Splatana
just coming outside,
coming up from the side, and now they're behind you. I know it's only like 5 seconds of glory, but 5 seconds of you not being able to, like, hiding from a crab is enough time for you to get splatted.
Yeah, and let's talk about even just having that flank angle available to you in a world where you don't necessarily have that angle available. Like Zipcaster gets you a lot of that, and it's about the same. We do see the Junior come in. I'm sorry, the Splatter Shot come in there too.
No crabs.
No crabs this time.
No crabs in Ozone.
Yeah, sure. I don't hate it. I'm sure most of us are happy to see that. But I do think that it's probably a fine adaptation. I like the space buying with the triple ink strike. I think that's a good variation if you're trying to keep the other team on your toes.
And both teams just kind of scrapping out in mid. Mango Hek Mek, they've lost more members. Are they going to lose their sword as well? They will. The Chargers lost one alive. Hits a shot. Hits another shot. I didn't think they were going to hit the right person, but they did. Beautiful two Splats that they needed to get, and they see a third. Can they get them with the impact user? Can they protect their teammate? But Ozone, they'll get the checkpoint anyway. Such an unfortunate play. The Charger did everything they could.
Charger tried, couldn't really buy the rest of that, and they'll have to get forced back. But again, like, this is still a decent spot. They do have the high ground, but Ozone is really just pushing aggressively. They'll fall and lose some members finally, but they have to try to. This is a smaller map. Let's be real. This is a smaller map, so you really can't afford to give up a lot of space if you're Hek Mek. Penning passively won't necessarily get you as far as you want here.
Zay's been hitting everything. As I say that, I caster cursed them and missing. I'm pretty sure that was their first miss of the game.
Yeah.
But the only way that this match is still around is because of the Charger. That's the only reason why this match is at all remotely close. The wipeout is going to be coming through.
Huge.
Ozone, they're on the back foot. They're trying to respawn. Zay's going to be dunking this Rainmaker if they can. Oh no, they miss it.
They missed the dunk. Oh no.
I'm worried about the lead though because they have an impact at the ready. Booyah Bomb coming out from Hek Mek. The double
it took
Booyah Bomb
two.
still coming up from Ozone. That is going to stop that push in their tracks.
That took the ink back too. That was really, really crucial because they were looking to try to suck up that Booyah Bomb too. So losing those ultimates on that is even more tragic here. There will be a few more picks coming in. Just to say that Ozone falls, and there is that. They're going to get this push back, and they'll push you a little bit further now.
Both teams are through their checkpoint. This is anybody's game. 3 minutes on the clock. There's so much open space. What specials will be up first? Neither team has anything. The Sultana Stamper has fallen first, but the Charger gets that back with another great splat. Who's going to have the next special? Booyah Bomb is going to be out from Ozone. It doesn't get sucked up by the Inkvac, and the Inkvac goes to try and suck it up, but it doesn't protect their own teammate, the Rainmaker, and now they're only down to 2-point lead. Can they pop this Rainmaker? Hek Mek pops it. They grab it. They get it down to 44, but that's not quite the lead.
It's not enough. Great shot.
More shots. They got more shots coming down. The Rainmaker is going to be exploded for Ozone, and that will be the signifying the end of the push.
Yeah, that was lost. The Rainmaker
will
move.
The Rainmaker keeps going! How much further will they go? They're gonna get stopped at 43! My goodness, what a...
Oh gosh. That just slipped through their fingers. They had that, and nobody was looking. When the super jumps came in, they just weren't ready for it. So now they're in a tough spot. They will lose this advantage here. They'll have to push through, and the ultimates aren't really there. 2 go down on Ozone, and suddenly the space is falling back. They will take the lead, though. They will take the lead, so that's a huge step for the side of Hek Mek.
They have that lead. They have the Rainmaker that is still just sitting there. They've got a little bit more points on that one as well. It has been popped. Ozone, they're so defensive right now. There's no way for them to get in. They have to watch out because the Inkvac will be ready from the Charger. The Charger has a shot on the Booyah Bomb, but on the Slosher Machine before they can get that Booyah Bomb off. The Rainmaker is going to be falling back in the mid. Great reset though.
Oh, great shot too again. Really got to shout out this Charger here. This Charger has absolutely looked phenomenal, has been uncontested in the back, and that's kind of the one thing that's given them a bit of an advantage here. Again, just finds another one and just knows the push, we're ready to go. Yeah, they're feeling it. They're ready to go here, and they will eventually take the lead.
That was 3 specials used from Ozone just to try and stop the Rainmaker, and it's barely stopped it. The members of Hek Mek are still around. The Rainmaker is going to be trying to jump off the ledge, but it gets stopped by the crowd before it can go anywhere. The Booyah Bomb is going to be out from Hek Mek as well. It can pop this Rainmaker and they get some more points on the board. Can they get the knockout? Not quite, down to 15. That is so devastating for Ozone.
That is rough for Ozone. They committed so much into that stop to not really get much out of it. But the good news is that they'll have at least one more push. They just need to get a strong push. They really need to get in and harass that Charger in the back line. And this is probably going to be their opening. They're looking for somebody, trying to predict it. Nothing there. They really need to get in and take out this Charger because the Charger has just had their number all game.
The Charger has been absolutely borderline carrying Hek Mek. If Ozone can somehow find a way to push this down, I will be impressed. And they're going. They're really going. They're going through the Booyah Bomb. No way! The Rainmaker gets all the way. It's going to get done. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. Ozone backs against the wall. They come up clutch with a singular push for the knockout.
Wow. I mean, great space buy with that Booyah Bomb. Just well placed, knew exactly what to do. You could tell through that whole push of just like, all right, here's the plan. Here's our set play. Let's go. That was a great clutch team decision from the side of Ozone, and man, they are making this every single moment worth it. Tied up 2-2, we're going to get the full... I mean, at this point, we're just going to get the whole game, and I'm not sad about that by any means. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy to say Inkblot, but man, they are definitely fighting every single inch and nail in this Division 1 game. This has been wild to see.
I know Ozone is the French team, but Zay on that Charger. They had a performance like Mbappe had yesterday in the World Cup.
Yeah.
Just they couldn't miss. They couldn't be stopped. But still, Argentina come out with the victory. I mean, Ozone come out with the victory.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, that's a lot of it, right? Is like Zay kind of brought up this adaptation. We saw it, and that's kind of been a point that for Hek Mek that they've really been able to kind of live on, is that they haven't had an answer for this. There's not really been anybody to contest it, and they've been putting the use of those crabs just to try to get picks and to not really contest it. They really need to kind of change the focus fire towards that backline and really push them out, because Zay has just proven, look, if you left me alone and you don't contest me, I'm just going to pick your team and continue to help my team succeed here. We're probably not seeing it on Hammerhead Bridge here, if my guess, for Splat zones. But I do think
we said that last time, though.
Yeah, we said that last time. You're right. I can't say anything wrong. I can't say that. But I mean, then again, after a performance like that, I'm absolutely feeling that Charger. I think that that's a great pick here. But for the side of Ozone, they really need to contest it. They need to put more resources into contesting that backline, if that's going to be the case. Be it just somebody going in and just physically contesting it, or just by changing the direction of those crab shots. They really need to do something. I would love to see Zay's stats on that from that last game. I wish I could see that.
I wish we could see the stats as well. The only big falter that Hek Mek truly had was the 2 times when the Rainmaker got kind of pushed and everyone was not defending where it was going.
Yeah.
And luckily, zones can't really have that, because the zone doesn't go anywhere. The zone is where it is, and that's where it stays.
It really does. Like, that's kind of the thing, right? Is it does give you a more focal set point to kind of play around, and that's. We've kind of already saw this in game 1, though. It did work out a little bit more for one side than the other. But I think that given now we're in the middle of these adaptations, we're in the middle of kind of the set, the mentals are changing. You need to kind of adapt and find your new answer. So let's see if they manage to find that answer as we load in.
Yeah, last time we had zones here in this series, Hek Mek, they got the zone caps, and they realistically...
They never lost it. They never lost it. Yeah, and that's kind of a thing. I wouldn't say I expect that again, but I would say that I expect that to keep an eye out. The half gallon is interesting. I do like the whale, though. If you want to talk about harassing the backline, that's kind of what we were looking for. We'll bring in the E-leader. Yeah, we're just going to harass you from the backline. We're not doing missiles, but we will make it difficult to hit those shots, and that's a great answer for it.
Yeah, it's so good. Killer Whale's already actually going to get one. Gets the Splat on a Stamper. Crab is out from Ozone. They should be able to get more space with it. E-leader has also fallen to at least one of the machines. All the members of Hek Mek are just piled into a corner, but the crab, the Uno reverse card, comes out. One member of Ozone is down. Will a second one fall to that crab? No, they are able to stay alive for the moment.
They will continue to roll that for now. But I mean, how much is that going to last, though? Booyah Bomb does buy a little bit of space and time, so they can't afford on Ozone to really let this penalty tick up any further. They need to get control of it, but you can see it. The 2v1 on the side eventually will be the distractor and enough point. And there's the sensor just to try to buy some space and get to those shots. Yeah, I'd be a little concerned just because with that knowledge in hand, those shots can land and will do some damage.
They will do a lot of damage, but crabs kind of, when you're spinning around like that, it's very hard to hit the headshot on the crab unless you're truly focused on hitting that headshot. Because realistically, it's a small hitbox. It's a very small hitbox.
It is, but that's what we wanted, right? We wanted to see some contest against that backline sniper, and we're getting it. That's how it should be. So that adaptation is good, but they are rolling it down. It is crossing the 50 point. This is so... How are you alive? Get out of there. Get out of there. Wow. And find one on the way out. Wow. 2? Man, they cannot be stopped here. They are just absolutely coming for everybody. Looking for the third. No, eventually gets ended.
Oh my gosh, that was so close. But Ozone, they are so low. There's only about 15 ticks left on this clock. How is Mango Hek Mek going to get back in here? They have a crab at the ready. Can they use it? Can they get the zone? Can they get neutralized? They will, but can they get it capped? They've lost 2 more members. Just a machine, just a splash. Booyah Bomb coming out. Can it neutralize it? No, it can't.
No.
And Ozone comes up with the zones game.
Okay. I mean, that's exactly what we're looking for, right? Like, we're seeing the adaptions come in. We're talking about, what was successful that last one. I mean, we talked about how the sniper absolutely just ran most of last game, and here we are. We found the answer to it. We're changing our targets. We're putting our pressure down elsewhere, and it worked out for the side of Ozone. This is going to go the full 9 if I had to guess. And I mean, at this point, you can't afford to kind of win by just sliding in, a sniper at this point. Now you've kind of been found out. So going into this game at 5 for for Clam Blitz again, you kind of don't want that necessarily on MakoMart anyways. You can survive on it, but I don't think you really want, and definitely on an E-leader. Maybe you see the Splat, maybe you see the Charger come back, but I don't think you'll even want it here.
I don't think you run it here at all, actually. MakoMart Clams has never been a sniper's paradise. It's never been a sniper's area, no matter how strong it's been.
Yeah.
I don't even think they would have played it in S1, but you know, the leader back then was even more broken than it is now. Yeah. Realistically, I'm very worried for the mentality of Ozone. Sorry, of Mango Hek Mek, due to the fact that they lost a Rainmaker game, which was so darn. They had the lead and they had all the advantages until the game was done.
Yeah.
And then it was a pretty one-sided zones game. Those are two slaps back to back. They don't win this Clam Blitz game, I feel like the series starts snowballing. That is my.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you. I think that's kind of it, because we've been trading maps and blows, and at this point, something's got to give. And I think the other thing is to it all is just who's still got any sort of adaption or any sort of thing for MakoMart here, which does lead me to one other thing that we were kind of talking about. Isn't there like a really important roller player here on one of these teams? This is my understanding. Correct me if I'm wrong, Genie. Like,
yeah, I see
like a really good roller player. Yeah,
I see Mango in the chat. I really would think roller, like big bubbler roller here, would actually put in so much work. Or even Carbon with Trizuka on Clam Blitz can have some usages, and it's also just Carbon. But
like
Mango's in the chat and not in the game.
Yeah, like as much as I'd love to shout out and be like, come on, bring him in, but like. It does make me wonder. You have this depth of roster. You have a very strong roller player that you can kind of get value out of. Even Flingza on a mode like this with mines can get you so much value. So I do wonder, there's probably reasons, but it is a shame that we're not seeing kind of the depth of roster on the side of Ozone.
We also don't know if they're actually available to
that's true.
Switch. Like Twitch, you can have it on your phone anyway.
True, you're right. You're right.
Not like you can have Splatoon 2 and Splatoon 3, but you can only order gear. Let's be honest.
What? You're not playing from a McDonald's on a Switch Lite? Come on, Genie. You call yourself a Splat player?
Yeah. Wait. Timeout.
There's the roller. Okay,
the
cool.
roller is in.
The roller is in.
I thought Nangle wasn't in. I just didn't know the name.
No. There's a roller here, and we are gonna see if it will live up to the hype we were doing. But this is what we wanted, right? This is what we were. Let's see it come to life here, because we were talking about the adaptations that needed to come, and this is one of them. The crabs will start to show up, but again, we really wanted to see some value brought out of this surprise pick.
Yeah, it's so far going well as they get splatted by the crab, but their teammates are able to capitalize on their falling. That's a-okay. Hek Mek, they're trying to find their way through mid here. Ozone is also trying to find their way through mid, and they are being extremely successful at the moment. But neither team truly has a good footing right yet.
No one really even has like Clam economy control either. They will buy it. They say that, but does eventually get picked. Ozone will try to make that play and unfortunately fall short. So that'll be a dead Clam in the water, as it were. Two ultimates up for the side of Hek Mek, though. They just need to make some sort of value with them so they can really get it. And there's the bubbler looking for the point. Oh, that's tragic.
No way. It's actually not Nango playing the roller. Nango's like, what? This is not playing the roller. This is actually crazy news coming out from Mango Hek Mek. But again, this game, no team has the advantage. I'm really... Yes, there's two up, but there's also one down. Every trade that goes back and forth just extends this game just a little bit longer.
Yeah, every trade has basically been 1-for-1, so there's not really been any sort of advantage on either way. You can see it. Again, the Clam economy hasn't really swayed. There's finally falling the way of Mango Hek Mek, but even still, they don't necessarily have the positioning. They just do get forced back here through the use of those subs, so they're still looking for an entry point. And there's the bubbler, and that might be the entry point they're looking for.
Yeah, Booyah Bomb coming out. No way to really find any splats. The machine might be able to be caught out on the side of Ozone. The power clam is going to be grabbed from Mango Hek Mek. They have a little bit of space here. They have a little bit of time. They've got a crab out. Can I find some spots? Can I shred this Booyah Bomb? This Booyah Bomb is very dangerous place to be used. This should be a power clam.
This has to be it. Yeah, this has to be it. That is at least one, and that gives Mango at least an opening to do something. On Mako, it does tend to be that you're not going to get these huge runs, and I say that they will get a few extra in, but most of the time these runs are one and done. You'll get one in, and that's kind of be the trade.
62 is actually kind of
good.
All the power clam coming in. Will it hit? Will it hit? And it goes down all the way to 33. The way that Mango Hek Mek are able to really just open up this game. Can they find anything else? Can they find any more clams? I don't think they'll be able to get them into the basket in this time, but that's a stalemate for so long, all the way down to 33.
I mean, they were able to hold the space so well too, though. Like, that's just a lot of it, is they were able to get in slowly, just kind of dissect the corners they wanted, take the space, and then just finally be able to capitalize on it. So now they just have to continue to hold back on their own space if they really want to maintain this. And they'll start kicking off with the crab, just try to pick out this Booyah Bomb.
Yeah, it is not able to find it, but at least it is able to surprise one of their teammates who was in the Booyah Bomb to really get some shots down onto that crab. Beautiful, actually, team coordination play.
Yeah, I mean, pressuring out those crabs from getting any value is really what your goal is there, right? That's what you're trying to do. But pressuring out a clam is even better. So that will be a start.
Oh, and the roller gets 2 in that scenario. Great showing of why the roller, just with all this map control, can put in so much work. And rollers always enjoy this map. I've never enjoyed playing against rollers on this map. I can think back to fighting some crazy rollers here, and it's always had at least some usage.
I mean, look at how easy it is just to get space and take advantage of stuff, and a great get out there will retreat with clams in hand to get themselves again. Yeah, and then just look at the burst potential from it. Like, once you get yourself in a position to recover, you're in a good spot, but the Booyah Bomb is there to take that space, and the rest of the ults will come out. I see the crabs are available, and again, the roller just continues to find value. I
thought they were going to get 2 in that scenario, but unfortunately, there is no main power up in this game. There is no damage up in the game. Actually, fortunate. What am I saying? What am I saying? Please stay in Splatoon 2. Don't come back.
No,
as we are continuing on Ozone, they're trying to find their way back in this game. They do have the series lead. If they do lose this, the series would just be tied going into Game 7.
I mean, yeah, but they've committed, and they want to try to push it to that. They don't want to let this lead escape, but Ozone has been struggling to really get value out of a lot of their ultimates. They've had to just kind of been shut down, whether it's throwing a Booyah Bomb just to try to get space and find no value, or whether it's a crab just having to get distracted or get forced out of position. Really just coming up short here. There's the Booyah Bomb. They will finally take this high ground position. Gets forced out, and that is, again, just another pick. 2 down on the side of Hek Mek, though. 3. They still will at least stall that push for now.
Oh, but they come up with a trade in mid. The final member of Hek Mek comes up with a beautiful opportunity for that trade. Roller's going to cause some more damage. Can it get the splash here? No, it won't, but it forces them back so far. It actually gets... I believe they got a spot from it.
Oh,
yeah, the power play is going to be trying to go in. They get it in from Ozone, but will they have enough clams? They have to get all the way down to 33.
This is going to be a true push. I don't think it's going to be coming. They have no clam active. Yeah, everything's too far away. There's no clam active. That's all she wrote.
Wow. This is a series. 3 apiece in a best of 9. Haven't seen one of these in a while. Usually we got a team that kind of gets up maybe like 4-2 is a scoreline that is not uncommon after Game 6. So a true 3-3 split.
Yeah,
showing exactly why these two teams are powerhouses and exactly why they're both Division 1.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I would have expected out of Division 1, right? Like, this is at the point where you're playing a best of 9. I really want to see both of these teams at least try to get that far up. And again, both of these teams, we've kind of looked at their pedigree. If you've even heard of Ozone had changed their name a little bit not long ago, but even from Stormbreak, even from recent showings, both of these teams have put up some incredible work. And given that Mango Hek Mek has really, they're not like a known entity necessarily. They've kind of just formed out of the blue and kind of taken this by storm. Both of these teams really showing that they want to contend at these higher levels. They want to move up in divisions, and they want to be able to continue to press for greatness. And they're showing that they have a pretty good control of the meta and what not only just the meta but their own abilities too. We're seeing each of these adaptations come in and each of these players pick up and make changes, really showing that they have a great understanding of the game in themselves.
Yeah, we do know that Mango Hek Mek, they were able to win the German league.
Yes,
they were able to win Division 1. They've also had some good showings. I can't remember when they won the SAC one-off off-season tournament if they were a pickup or if they were like a full team then, but I know that 2 days after they officially announced that they had a team Twitter and they were a true solidified team.
Sure.
After that, so that had been, I want to say 2 months ago or so.
That's not bad. I mean, that's a great comeuppance for a team that's thrown together like this. There is going to be a sub coming in. Dragib is coming in there, so I'm also curious to see what Dragib brings to this because we haven't seen any subs for now. Maybe this is just like a mental change. Maybe this is coming in something specific for Scorch Gorge because Gorge is huge, and especially on something like tower control, this is the place if you're ever going to bring in something really, really far, another E leader of your own or something like really backline. This is probably the place you'd see it.
Yeah, I play a lot of backline weapons. Had to play a lot of midline weapons as well in this game, but backline still has a place on tower control Scorch. Scorch is so big and so open, and there's so many there's a lot of great, there's not just one solid spot for you to sit, there's a lot of solid spots for you to sit. which allows the backliners to have a lot of good space. And tower control is a slow enough mode which backliners can succeed.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Is especially if you bring in like a backliner specialist, you want them to be able to have that safety and control to just be able to say, like, look, as long as you're in this area, you're a threat. It doesn't matter if you're if you're in a 2v1. It doesn't matter if my partner, someone on my team is getting 1v2'd somewhere else. Let me just interject, and that's going to be so important trying to keep this tower control from getting past the mid. It's just going to be a brief.
Oh no,
that's tragic.
And we don't even get to see what their comps are.
Oh, that hurts.
It does. Oh, and then we get the slap in the maps and multiplayer modes have updated.
It truly the update was the friends we lost along the way.
Watch the game say Splatfest being announced. No, never mind.
Nah.
Yeah, I know that's coming at the end of the month. But
yeah,
it was hilarious. I remember that happened in a tournament once, where there was a NA tournament on a Thursday. And it happened where the rotation changed, and
then went into Splatfest announcement.
It was a Splatfest announcement, and it was like they're stuck in Splatfest announcement. It was like, no way, there's no way that is actually a thing that just happened. The best ones are also when everyone remembers when Nintendo Online came in.
Yes,
there's an anniversary. Everybody always remembers. It's like 7 o'clock NA Eastern time, or like 1 o'clock. But nobody's playing in EU at 1 o'clock. Yeah. Well, some are, but on a Thursday, it's the anniversary of when Nintendo Online comes in. There's always people that are like, oh, well, my year subscription is ended. Yeah. And if they don't have it auto-updating to go, it just literally kicks them out of the game.
Yep. Well, thank you all for hanging up with us as we get through these minor tech issues. We here at Dapple, thank you for hanging out and watching this incredible game with us, because it's been awesome to be here with you guys, and this set has been an incredible set. And if you haven't been checking out other sets from LUTI wherever they've been, go keep an eye on their Discord to make sure you're up to date on everything dropping with them, and make sure you're following the Discord here at Dapple to make sure you're up with all the upcoming events. I know we've got a padding pool. It's padding pool this Wednesday, right?
Paddling pool every Wednesday. Every Wednesday. We are fast. It's like swiftly approaching 200.
That's wild.
Insane to think that I've been retired for 200 paddling pools.
That's, that's crazy. I haven't even been in this scene that long. I didn't know you guys were even doing it. I came in and y'all found me and adopted me into this community around padding pool like 120 or something like that. I don't even think it was that much. I think it was like 150. But it's just wild to see the amount of incredible just teams and content and events that Dapple and the whole community has put on, and every single one has been growing in success and greatness.
Yeah, we're coming, and there's a reason why we won best multiplayer game of the year.
Yeah,
we could have won best inclusivity for a esports scene, because I don't know why, but I got mad at the game yesterday and was like, I'm going to close the game. I closed it. I opened Valorant. And oh my goodness!
Well, that was your first mistake.
That was my first mistake. I wanted to get my Radianite for like the holiday challenges or whatever.
Oh no!
Some Radianite, and bro, there was three outwards. There was a female that got abused in the voice chat, who I tried to stick up for, and then I got called a simp and an N-word a whole bunch of times. I was like, why did I play this? And then I went over to Overwatch. Not as bad, but
nah.
I don't want to play Overwatch because they turned the game into deep.
Nah, it is not where it is, but where we are is in the middle of tower control and Scorch Gorge. Yeah. It's a beautiful place to see. Look at that beautiful background. It's barren. We love it. We see all those. The scope is back though, and I think that is important. Dragib did pick up a sloshing machine of their own, so I guess we'll see those changes come in down the line. But I am questioning to see what Zay can do again. Zay had a pop-off performance there in previous maps, and I want to see more of that from them.
It's going to be how much can Ozone really get their fizzy bums and their burst bombs onto that charger and shut them down. And if they can win the 3v1, the 3v4 on the front line, because that's another thing. If the charger isn't hitting the shots, the rest of the front line can just fall around them. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, and it's way pressed up. But yeah, I agree with you. And again, just buying the space does so much as it is. Like that's something you don't see. Can I have that in my ranked games though? Can I have someone else besides me do that? Because I would love to buy that much free space for the tower.
You do have those teammates, but they're always gone really quickly. The fact that the series is 5-0 in about record time.
Facts.
But this tower keeps pushing. It keeps marching for Ozone all the way down to 36. This is going to be a wipeout that's coming through for Hek Mek. 35.
You're happy with that?
Really, really dangerous because that's second checkpoint.
Yeah, you're happy with that. I don't think you have any qualms with that at all if you're Mango. Like, that was exactly what you wanted to do. You wanted to buy the space and give yourself the team just a time to be able to kind of build and maybe set up for the future. But yeah, no, like, that was perfect. So Ozone literally sitting very well. Now they just have to play defensive here and stop this tower, but that aggressive crab play, really just trying to find somebody, can't do anything, just kind of has to give up the space as it was, and finally the picks trade. Wow.
I was going to say, how is the splash of Ozone able to stay alive there in between a whole bunch of chaos? But they were able to stay alive, and wait, Hek Mek, they got a wipeout. This is beautiful for them. They could really march through the second checkpoint.
They need to get that sniper into position, though, too. They need to keep them set up so that they can just give up whatever they've got. They will have to build those resources back and those ultimates there. But the lead is taken, and it's time now.
This is so close. This final checkpoint, there's only 6 ticks on it. This is such a short checkpoint, but it's so far and so deep in the enemy base that this vac can cause so much damage and so much chaos. When it goes down, it falls. No members of Mango Hek Mek are riding this tower currently, but both members of both machines of Ozone are still here. They're trying to stay alive. Can they get the charger to jump in? The charger's not going to jump in, and that will signify the end of the push. My goodness.
It was a rough push. They got it probably a little more than they should have, but if you're happy with that, if you're Hek Mek, so does eventually get punished for that. So, ults in hand, it will be Hek Mek coming in to try to put this and continue to close out this game. They don't really have the control, but they will force them back and force out a crab.
Yeah, this crab is going to do a lot of damage. It's going to get one splash out of position. So far, so good. They are going to be popping a second crab very early on. How much space can they get with this? How many spots can they get with that other crab? I don't know. They need to get the charger out of position. They need to get some more space with their specials. We have bomb coming out. How many can this find?
Doesn't look like it catches any, but it does by the space. Inkblot committed too. Eventually, didn't watch the flank. Didn't catch that there. Eventually gets punished, but that's enough. That buys some time for the team to respawn here.
Specials. This Booyah Bomb will be needed to charge up the rest of these crabs. And it has. Both crabs are available for Ozone. This tower will be moving forward so quickly. How much further can they go? Booyah Bomb coming out from Ozone, from Hek Mek. It stops it. Ozone has one of their own as well. But the machine falls inside of their own Booyah Bomb. No way the charger hits those shots. No way is that how that push ends.
Of course that's how that push ends. The charger was uncontested. We were too busy fighting the front line, and the charger was just kind of able to sit back without any presence. There was no pressure. The crabs weren't aimed at him, and that's what happens. Hek Mek has continued to just capitalize on it. They'll have 3 ultimates going into this last push. They don't even need to really push this. They're just kind of sitting pretty for right now, so they just need to not let these kinds of riches go to squander here. They really need to come up and find some value to keep this at center to win.
Yeah, but it's so dangerous though. It's so darn dangerous because they don't have that checkpoint advantage.
Oh, the crab!
The crab. Oh no way! The crab just goes straight forward. And the Booyah Bomb gets sucked up by the impact. No way! The machine gets away with that splat. You got away with absolute murder on that one.
That's insanity. Should not. No. How is it allowed to live that long? Come on. All right. Finally the menace is taken down, but Cart still hasn't moved. It's still sitting at center, and again, there's just still not been a lot of contests. The sniper has just been able to live whatever they wanted to be, so they just need to keep that going.
Ozone, they've lost one of their splashes, but they've gotten the trades out for their favor. Like, he's able to find one. They have their specials at the ready. Booyah Bomb is going to be used. They have a splash behind them that gets caught out and gets splatted. Great job from them. Machine from Hek Mek is pressuring the tower, gets another splat. Both teams, the splats are going back and forth, but Ozone, they can't lose too many members. They're the ones that need to get everyone ready. They need to have these specials who are going to be going into overtime.
I mean, there's a Booyah Bomb up, though, and that's all it could take is an Inkblot plus that Booyah Bomb to really set the pressure here. There's the Inkblot. Where's the follow-up? It does not clear them. There it is. There, it clears them off, and that's what we were expecting to see. Yeah, the specials in hand just were too strong to keep the tower in the control of Mango Hek Mek.
This is the final opportunity for Ozone to stay alive in this series. We are going to be going to Game 8, Rainmaker, Eeltail Alley. Mango Hek Mek, they have this opportunity in front of them. They have 2 opportunities to win this series. Will they squander the first, or will they take it and end it before we get to that coveted Game 9?
I mean, Rainmaker and Brinewater was where we first saw these chargers introduced, right? Yeah. So it's going to be a tough. It's kind of tough at this point. We're coming back around. You've kind of given away arguably one of your stronger cards, but they've continued to make value on it. Eeltail Alley, I don't think you're going to get as much value out of the sniper as you might want. So I hesitate to see.
It's so good here, though.
It is, though.
But the walls are so finicky and so funky that it's so good and so difficult at the same time.
Like, that's really it, right? Is like it all kind of depends on the angle you have in the moment to really get value on not even just your shots, but just also everything else. Like, if you can put a Booyah Bomb in the right place, this is a very sightline dependent map, and it is going to be tough. It's going to require a little bit more work from the side of Mango Hek Mek than it will Ozone, who's just been kind of playing this comfort comp.
Yeah, Zay read it up immediately. Absolutely.
Oh, there was no question. Do we need to change anything? Yeah.
Yeah, it's as you said, comfort. You're so deep in the series. You really just fall. I find people fall back. I know I have, and I've seen many players throughout all the years that I've watched LUTI, even back when we had brand names for our LUTI divisions instead of numbers. Yeah, do you know that? We used to have Orange Division, Rockenberg Division, instead of Division 1, 2, 3, all the way down to 11, all the way up to X.
I mean, look, Nintendo thought it was good because they did it for their own X ranks. So I mean, obviously, you guys were onto something there at first.
Yeah, we abandoned that in S1 though. That stopped in S1, so it did make the transition to S2.
Look, some things need to be left behind, but not this by any means, because we are going to go the full way here at this point. And I mean, Mango wants to close this out. They are on the precipice of it all, but. I mean, we saw just the one or two kind of hesitation. We saw one from the side of Hek Mek, just kind of hesitating, changing some gear up. So I'm very curious to see what tricks are left in the bag at this point.
Match point. First match point, and we're already all the way in game 8. That's a long time without seeing that at all. We're going to have the Tacticooler, and we're going to have the T-Tech back. Not overly surprising, as we have seen them rock the Tacticooler Tri-Strike earlier on, twice before. Once to success and once not to success.
I mean, Tri-Strike covers so much of this mid, right? Like, this is probably a good spot for it when you talk about controlling space.
Oh my goodness.
Oh gosh, yeah, that's an even better way to buy space, to just get 2 picks immediately. Yeah.
And they went the opposite direction where the Splash was. The Splash had no way to counter it. The Tri-Strike will be up. They will be using them on this top left. Sniper is able to find the shots, but 2 splashes, both splashes fall. Just a Charger. Huge. The Charger's lost and alive. Can they protect?
They just need to capitalize.
Can they snipe them out? Booyah Bomb's gonna be coming out.
It's done. It's over. It's over.
Nowhere. You're game 9. Ozone started this Rainmaker game, and it ended 41 seconds in.
Wow. I mean, that was just dominance. That was just like, there's not a better way to put that. That was just calculated. They knew exactly what they wanted to do, and you could see exactly just every step of the way. Look, it was almost a beautiful, like, it looked like a set play, but I could tell it kind of wasn't in a lot of ways. So, I mean, Ozone refuses to just fall here with a very dominant statement in that win.
My goodness. Where else would you rather see a game 9? These two teams trading blows. Each team trading back and forth. One takes 2 games, another one takes 2 games. It's been such an amazing series. I didn't think we were actually going to get to game 9. I thought one team was going to take like a slew of the last 3 maps. Yeah,
no, I agree with you. I thought someone was going to come into their stride, but I mean, both of these teams really, really refusing to go here. Now that we're back, game 9, Splat Zones and Inkblot. I mean, a lot of people love Inkblot. I have no particular strong feelings about this mode, especially on Splat Zones, but I mean, this is one that people scrim a lot, right? This is one you see a lot of, so I expect both of these teams are going to... I don't think we're going to see a blowout here. I think it's going to be probably way closer than some of the previous matches has looked.
I want to update everyone on the LUTI standings, as this is one of the final matches of Week 2 that haven't been officially rescheduled. Both these teams were able to play on the Monday, so that's why we're playing still Week 2 in the first day of Week 3. Mm-hmm. Mango Hek Mek wins this game. They are 2-0 in LUTI. Ozone has not played the first game. They had to reschedule that one.
Okay.
And so they would get their first win on the board, or they would get their first loss on the board. Whatever happens, they will have a result. And that you really kind of want to good win under your belt to start off.
I mean, because also, let's just talk about the fact that they didn't play week 1 in a lot of ways, right? Like that in itself is kind of a hindrance in some way. Just knowing that you're coming in almost fresh, yeah.
You don't want to have to reschedule too many of your matches, so you have to play all of them in that rescheduled week. Because if you're busy on that rescheduled week, my goodness, you can have some big problems. But
I mean, not even in the middle of that, not even just that alone, but just in the sense that you have now you're coming into week 2 and you're fresh. You haven't really done that much. You missed a whole week of scrimming. Now the pressure's really on, and you can kind of see it. We're back to pretty much some bog center stuff. No charger. The half gallon is there. They were expecting the charger, I think. So that might be a little bit more difficult. A little bit of an outplay there on the mental level.
4 machines, 3 splashes, and a gal. That is what we are rocking out on the game 9. We've had a lot of unique things, and here we are coming crawling back to the most effective tactic available.
I mean, if it's strong, you do it. If you can win the mirror and you feel you can win the mirror, you win the mirror. And you can see it there. There is that first pick on to Hek Mek. So with control, Ozone is looking to just continue to keep this rolling, but they need to set some presence. There needs to be some push from Hek Mek to really get presence on the zone and at least stall it out.
Yeah, there it is. Crab got utilized, but it got shut down really heavily by the whale. Now Hek Mek is all the way fully in zone with a great wipeout. They still have at least some specials half charged up. They should be able to really get a good solid footing here.
And not to mention, just adding on that bit of a penalty does so much in itself. That's 30 more seconds you buy yourself. So just play it slow. Now you can you don't have to play too aggressive if you're Mango, but that first pick will buy so much more. They know they can't go in if they're Ozone, so they'll try and buy at least a little bit more time, and this will eventually give them the tick over.
Yeah, and the specials are able to be charged up a little bit for Mango Hek Mek. Even though they don't quite have them, they are going to be dangerously close. The zone lead has flipped over to Hek Mek. Crab is out for Ozone. It hasn't found anything other than space. Machine is able to find some more kills. Both teams scrapping out Booyah Bomb on zone. It gets capped inside of Ozone. Hek Mek, they've lost everybody, except the Machine, who's all the way back in spawn.
I mean, you had to get out at that point. You can't afford to give up the full team wipe, and just given that now you have to build up specials to really try to retake this, you didn't have much there. You'll have one of each. You'll have the whale, but I don't know what you're going to do too much with it. Maybe try to get yourself the information going in for sloshing machines, but it's going to be hard. This Booyah Bomb will kick it off, though.
It can really help shut down a Crab. Lead in the favor of Ozone now. What is going to be utilized? Crab is out. Ozone, they've lost 2 members. They've lost both the machine. Booyah Bomb's coming out. Going to be finding zone. The zone is still ticking down for Ozone. Finally neutralized. Hek Mek, can they capitalize? Yes, they can. Crab out on the top. Will it be punished by the machine? It will be punished by the Booyah Bomb. They end up falling. Machine is going to be dropping 3 down on Ozone. Mango Hek Mek have everybody still available, and that zone is ticking in their favor.
Good awareness for Mango Hek Mek to realize like that we were able to take these 2v1s and force ourselves into an advantageous position. It looked really good for them to say, look, we've got control. Let's win the fights. That way we can continue and build this in our way. They're going to build down. They'll have to push and get a bit of control. So an early pick is going to be so important for them, and they'll have to find it with this Crab first.
Crab is being pressured so heavily by the Machine, who throws the Booyah Bomb and that whale. Oh my goodness, all the way down.
Double.
1 point differential. Can Ozone cap this? Hek Mek, they're trying to. The Machine is the last one alive. Can they find it? No, they're gonna have to jump out. They get 1, they get 2. They're using their Booyah Bomb. Can they get 3? They get 3. No way, no shot. They get 3 in that scenario. Can they get the punish? Their teammates will. The jumps are in. The spots are coming through. No way. Rebel goes 1. Booyah Bomb is out again from Mango Hek Mek. Gets thrown down. Lucky does fall. The way that Mango Hek Mek was able to give up zone, but still hold on to it after getting penalty applied, though. Wow.
Great awareness of the positioning they were holding. They were able to give up that space and just play for what they needed to. And you can see it. They're just buying the information, waiting for it now. They know they have the chance to get this back, and 8 seconds stands between them and the lead. So they'll commit a Crab here, get themselves the space, just try to make sure they'll buy the rest of it. There's the lead in their control. Crab's running out. No picks to be had, but the other specials come out. And eventually the team starts to fall. Booyah Bomb down 2, and no one has been traded out. It's just the one player of Mango Hek Mek so far. And the zone finally flips back to Ozone.
Yeah, that was good. I liked the Crab utilization. I know it was a little bit early, but having the Crab, it takes a little bit of time for that thing to really charge up and do its full amount of damage with its turret mode. Shooting it off early prevented Ozone from getting in there before the lead was taken over. So that was good, even though they gave it up.
It was worth it, though. It got them the lead, and now less than a minute, here we are. Still no control, though. They get the cap. They got the control. They got control back, so they are still looking to try to hold this out.
But they don't have any really presence on zone. There's no one really there. Oh, there is. There's gonna be a little bit of flank on this crab. Does the crab realize that? Yes, they do, but this jump is coming in. Will the jump be punished? The jump will not be punished. Not able to.
Oh, that's huge.
Oh, but it will. The rest of the jumps in from Hek Mek, allowing the wipeout to come through. This is dangerous, so dangerous. Ozone, one last chance. One last chance in this map. One last chance in this series.
They have one Booyah Bomb. They're going to throw it in to kick it off. They need to find some sort of value with this. Buy the space and just give up that and just fight for control. They will flip it. It's not enough. They need to hold it from here on out, though, Genie.
Hey, this map is too big. This map is too long. There's no way they can get in here with it. They're not all going to be up. There's going to be no specials. They have to go against a crab tank. They're going to have to go up against absolutely everything. They don't have to neutralize the zone. They have to
can't win it. No, they're not going to be able to cap it. The Booyah Bomb in. Crab is there, though. Eventually finds one, finds two. Looking for more, but that's too late. The game is over, and Mango Hek Mek are your winners.
Oh my goodness. The way that this series, the ups and the downs, the tacticalers, the tri-strikes, the chargers, the Inkblot, the Rainmaker pushes from behind, everything that it came down to just two fights. Two fights on Zone's Inkblot. Mango Hek Mek were able to win both of them with better special coordination and some amazing pop-up performances in that set and in that game.
What a series fought tooth and nail from Mango Hek Mek. Just incredible. Like just refusing to give that up. Great. Just giving in that great adaptations, making those acknowledgments that, look, we know the maps, we understand what's probably going to be played. Let's play our counter it. And I do got to say, you know, the ability to outplay even the mental level too for Mango Hek Mek, just to be able to sit there and say, like, look, you expect we're going to be playing the Charger here? No. We're just going to run back something that we know and punish the changes you tried to adapt to. And that was a great set of just awareness from the side of Mango Hek Mek. Both these teams are absolutely someone you need to keep an eye out for as we get deeper into LUTI, because you'll see them way down the line for sure.
Ozone, even though they have dropped their game, they still have a lot of chances of getting it. And if you do lose a game in LUTI, I know top two teams do move on. They're hoping that Mango Hek Mek runs the table. If Mango Hek Mek runs the table, it makes it really easy for them. Ozone, they still control their own destiny. And losing in Game 9 allows them to have actually a bunch of points.
Yeah, that's huge.
That's big for them.
Yeah,
if you do lose, make it in Game 9.
Yeah, I mean, like, let's talk about map differentials. Like, there's some nerd stuff to be had here that I love. But, like, let's talk about map differentials and the fact that, like, down the line, as long as you can be 4-4, but as long as you've won more maps, that's all that matters, especially in something like LUTI when you're talking about vying for your position in such the bigger world, too. It's going to be so important to win every single map as close as you can.
Yeah, with that, we will be ending off our little best of 9 here for our LUTI set. Amazing LUTI set. I know we can catch a lot of the highlights we post. I know, do we post all of them? I forget, Alice. Do we post every single LUTI match that we do here on Dapple on YouTube? I know we do every single tournament on our YouTube, and you definitely have to follow the Dapple YouTube for that.
I mean, yeah, do that. Follow Dapple, join the server, get in, and make sure you don't miss a thing. Absolutely, for sure. But if not, I'm sure the players absolutely clipped half a dozen on their own, because this match was absolutely wild, and there's a lot to be proud of from all of the players on these sides.
So, where can the lovely people find you?
You can find me at the full extent of my massive letters, so Danum. I'm on Twitch pretty much daily. I play Splatoon at least once a week, and I do a bunch of other stuff. I cast elsewhere as well, but I'm trying to slowly make myself more of a face around the community, so you can catch me hopefully more here on Dapple as well. Genie, I know everybody already knows you, but just in case they don't, where can they find you?
You guys can find me at Genie7, that's GEENIE7 _ on Twitter, no _ everywhere else. I've been doing a lot. I've been streaming a lot more Splatoon lately. Got my first 9s on stream, and I know that I'm going to be doing a lot more fun activities in the future on some casual competitive stuff on my Twitch. But our next tournament here on Dapple will be this Wednesday for paddling pool 190. Is it 4 or 93? I can't remember.
Gosh,
190 above 2.
It doesn't matter because it's one not to miss regardless. So just make sure you don't miss it and you are there for it.
Yeah. And everybody, go enjoy Kiver's stream, because that's where we are going to be sending you. Make sure to say when you do say hi, make sure to say roll in, because that's a raid notification from Dapple. Say roll in. And with that, we thank you for joining us here on Dapple Productions. We'll see you on Wednesday.
Take care.